Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we're continuing our Iron Man playthrough, taking him in through each of the four main aspects, anyways, and seeing how well he does against Expert Ultron. This will also end up with us leading into our hero review for Iron Man. So, as we're taking him against Ultron, I had a few ideas for building him in protection, which is what we're doing today. So, of course, we have Iron Man and his entire kit. Then, of course, the standard Iron Man thing, since he has a lot of tech upgrades already, we're going to be running 3 copies of Repurpose. Now, to help us make sure that we can get Repurpose into our hand as often and as quickly as possible, I have a Brother Voodoo. Now, Brother Voodoo is going to be really helpful. He's going to be looking at the top 5 cards of our deck to make sure that we can go ahead and grab Repurpose out of it a little bit earlier. Then, of course, we have Martyr, which is going to help us with a tough status card and defend sort of earlier on in the campaign against Ultron. Then, to help us defend, we're going to have a copy of Armored Vest to give us another defense stat. So we'll be defending for 2 instead of just defending for 1. Then, to help us with that defense, Force Field Generators, which will also be a target for Repurpose. And with the Force Field Generators, since we will be defending and not taking any damage, we of course will have Unflappable, which will draw us an extra card. Now, to continue with that theme of defending and not taking any damage, we have North Star, who will reduce the amount of damage that could come through to us by taking a damage himself and deleting all of the boost icons. To continue with that, we then have Energy Barrier, which will reflect damage off of us and give that instead to a minion or a villain like Ultron. And then we have Electrostatic Armor, which these are all tech upgrades here too, which are targets for Repurpose. But the Electrostatic Armor will also help us deal damage to attacking minions or anything like that every time we defend. Now, to help make sure that we continue to do damage in the villain phase, we do have Nova. Nova, anytime we spend an energy resource, if an enemy initiates an attack, we will then be able to do 2 damage to that enemy. Now, a great reward for us for defeating enemies in the villain phase will be Change of Fortune, which will help us draw 2 cards. So potentially we could be drawing 3 cards in the villain phase, giving us a massive hand and the ability to do a lot of stuff in the hero phase. To continue with the theme of drawing cards, especially early on as Iron Man, we have Moon Girl, who anytime we spend a mental resource to pay for her, we will be able to draw a card per mental resource used to pay for her. Now, to help us ready when we are defending, of course, we will be using Indomitable. Indomitable will allow us to ready anytime we defend. So now we're not wasting an activation that we could use in the hero phase. So we're getting more out of Repurpose just because of the fact that we're getting to ready after having activated. And then, of course, to help pay for things, we have the resource generators of Ingenuity and Quinn Carrier. And to top it all off, we do have the doubles and the powers of protection. Let's go ahead and take this deck down to the table and we'll see how it does against an expert Ultron. All right, here we are. I've got everything set up. Ultron has 22 health. I have 9. We've got the Ultron drone's environment in play, which means any face down card in front of us is going to be an Ultron drone minion. And in saying that, when revealed, we're supposed to put our top card of our deck. That's a drone minion for us. And then Ultron, if he attacks us, we'll put another one in and get +1 attack for each drone minion in play. Okay. Um, Tony Stark has a hand size of 6. Let's go ahead and draw that up. We get Pepper Potts, Nova, Genius, Power of Protection, North Star, and Rocket Boots. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes? Yes. Um, I'm going to go ahead and mulligan our allies here. They're helpful, but not right now. We'll get 2 more cards. We get a War Machine and a Repulsor Blast. So I think what I want to do to start is I'm going to use Repulsor Blast and Genius and pay for Pepper Potts. Pepper Potts is going to be able to generate resources for whatever card is on the top of my deck, which is why I intentionally discarded Genius as the second card so that it's on top of the discard pile. So now I've got Power Protection, Rocket Boots, and War Machine. Then I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of my deck, draw 1, and discard the other 2. We got Change of Fortune, Quinn Carrier, and Energy Barrier. Um, I didn't do this right, so that's kind of sad. I will go ahead and I'm going to get rid of these two, so that means that I no longer have the two resources Pepper Potts gets. But she'll generate one. Power Protection and War Machine will generate. I have to flip up to play. Never mind. She's not going to generate one yet. She'll generate one for Rocket Boots. Gives me another hit point. Puts me at 10. And then I only have 3 resources in hand. Not enough to do anything. I will discard War Machine and draw up to 6. And I lose because I get to ready. Then if I defend his attack, I take 2. And then these guys will each attack me. So we're just going to restart this game because this was way too short. Ultron attacks for 2, 4, 5, plus a boost. I'll defend for 1. Oh, that's not the boost. 5, 6. I go down to 1. Then I die. Okay. We're going to try this one more time. I feel like there's more power to this deck. I'm just not able to get the things that I need down. I need all like the 1-cost upgrades, and I keep getting the really high cost ones that are harder to play. I need more of a hand size in hero form, and I need to be able to survive in hero form for a while. So I'm going to shuffle this up, and we're going to try one more time. And if I lose, depending on how quickly I lose, we'll call it. All right, everything is set back up as it should be. I'm going to draw our first hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to mulligan everything but the energy barrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to Futurist, so look at the top 3 cards. We'll take the Electrostatic Armor. Force Field Generator will pay for Electrostatic Armor. Indomitable will pay for Rocket Boots. I get an extra hit point. Then Energy Barrier and Supersonic Punch will pay for Powered Gauntlets. All right. That's a little bit better of a start there. Okay, I'm going to draw up to a hand size of 6. So we've got 4, 5, 6. Threat goes up by 1. Ultron Schemes for 2, 3, 4. That pops it. This comes in. We put another drone minion into play. They each scheme for 1. And encounter card is an advanced Ultron drone. All right. So first thing, top 3 cards of Futurist. Arc Reactor will be our priority. Energy will pay for Stark Tower. Stark Tower will get back Mark 5 armor. Cannot play both. So we're going to use these 2 as resources. Pay for the Arc Reactor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could have a hand size of 5 in hero form. I'm going to go ahead and flip up. Iron Man will thwart 2. Ready, attack for 1. Do I have a mental? It's the Mark 5 armor. I want to keep it. Powered Gauntlets will defeat this guy. And North Star is going to pay for Repulsor Blast to damage this guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage to the advanced Ultron drone. And he puts this guy into play. All right. That is much better so far. Well, ready? Draw up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. I will accept that it goes up to 3. Ultron will attack for 2, 4, and I either spend a physical resource. Let's spend a physical resource. So he's attacking for 4, takes me down to 6. This guy attacks for 1, I will defend it. Electrostatic armor defeats it. This guy attacks for 1, I take the damage. Okay. Powered Gauntlets defeats this guy. His genius. Arc Reactor readies me. I'll fort 2 here. Goes down to 1. I am going to flip down in Futurist. What do I have in my hand? None of it really matters. We'll take the power of protection. We'll use 1, 2, 3 for Pepper Pots as a resource generator. Then Pepper Pots will generate the resource for the Mark V helmet. And Stark Tower will go ahead and pull the Mark V armor back to my hand. We will ready and draw up to 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a hand size of 5 here. We'll get another card and another encounter card. Change of Fortune might actually be good here. So we get a threat, and we'll get another minion. Kill scheme for 2, just 2. Wow, that's great. And then this guy will scheme, so this will actually go up to 6. So we go, it's at 6, and we get an encounter card where he schemes. 2, 3, get another 3 here, and we discard 3. I forgot that I do get an extra encounter card, which is Vibranium Armor. So I didn't do that right because I should have given myself an encounter card, and that would have been what his boost was. But because I forgot about it, I just drew an extra encounter card. All right. So I'm going to use Strength to pay for Ingenuity. That is going to be another resource generator. What do we have here? There's nothing. Okay. I'm going to use Pepper Pots to generate 2 resources because Strength is on top of my discard pile. And Ingenuity to generate a 3rd resource to pay for Mark V armor, which gives me 6 more health. I go up to 11. I'm going to Exhaust to heal for 3, putting me at 14. I believe I should be at 10, 16, so that is down 2 hit points from where I should be. I'm going to Futurist, so look at the top 3 cards of my discard pile. Take 1 and discard the others. What do I want to do here? Hold on to Change of Fortune, play Change of Fortune. I think we'll take Indomitable. Stark Tower will bring the Powered Gauntlets to my hand. Really? We're going to use these 3 as resources. Okay, for a Force Field Generator. going to give us basically 6 extra health. And I'm going to hold on to these 2 cards. Tony is going to flip up into Iron Man. Arc Reactor will ready. He's going to thwart 2, removing this down to 7. The Mark V helmet will remove another threat, taking it down to 6. The Powered Gauntlets will defeat this guy. And that is my turn. I do want to apologize for the sound of my voice and me constantly clearing my throat. I have been struggling with a cold this week, and I'm just getting over it. So please forgive me. 2, 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can draw up to 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. That's going to go up by 1. We'll allow for another drone minion to be brought in instead of the 2 more there. Ultron's going to attack for 2, 3, 4, plus a boost. I'm going to let that come through. So 4, 5. This goes down to 1. Then we have this guy attack. I'm going to defend for 1, so I don't take any damage, and electrostatic armor defeats him. This guy attacks for 1, clearing my force field generator. We get an encounter card. Concussive Blast, deal a damage to each friendly character. I take a damage, and that is villain phase. Pepper Pots and Ingenuity will pay for another Powered Gauntlets. So I have 2 Powered Gauntlets. I do not have any physical resources in my hand. Arc Reactor is going to ready Iron Man. Powered Gauntlets will defeat this guy. Iron Man thwarts 2. Mark V helmet will thwart 1. Martyr will pay for the other rocket boots. That gives me the health point that I just lost back. These don't really matter because I will only use a resource to pay for them eventually. I don't really want to give Ultron a tough status card. I could put a force field generator out, or I could get Change of Fortune and Unflappable down. I think I'm going to do that actually. So Change of Fortune and Unflappable, and here are the 2 resources, 1 to pay for each. That'll help us actually draw, I'm pretty sure in this phase, 3 cards. Depends on how it all pans out. Ready? Draw up to 7, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty good hand. We do have a repurpose too, so that's nice. All right. That's going to go up by 1. And if it goes up another 2, that's okay. He'll scheme out either way if he gets to advance. He's going to attack for 2, 3, plus a boost. I'm going to let his come through. That was an advance, so it's just 3. Get to 11. This guy's going to attack. I will defend. The electrostatic armor defeats him. I took no damage from him, so I get to trigger Unflappable. And I defeated him in this turn, so I get to draw 3 cards. So many cards in my hand. Then we get an encounter card, which is Gang Up. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks. So he's going to attack for 2, 3, and deal damage to each character I control. So I take 4 damage, go down to 7. And this guy attacks for 1. Okay. Energy will pay for an energy barrier. It'll come in with 3 reflection counters. Okay. Then Pepper Pots is going to generate 2 resources. And War Machine will generate a resource. for Force Field Generator. We will use the Power of Protection to pay for another energy barrier that I will then repurpose. So repurpose this one. I get to ready, and I'll put it on my thwart. My thwart will do 4. Get to remove 4 threat here. Arc Reactor will ready me. Helmet will remove another threat, and I'll just clear it off. Powered Gauntlets will defeat this guy. Um, oh, Indomitable will pay for an armored vest. I get +1 to my defense, so I can defend for 2 now. And Ingenuity will pay for Repulsor Blast. So I do a damage to Ultron, and then discard the top 5 cards of my deck, and he'll take 2, 3, 4, 5 damage to him, so he'll go down to 17. The Vibranium Armor now gives him a tough status card. I get an extra encounter card. This goes back into the shuffle. And the Powered Gauntlets will ping off the tough. We will ready. Okay. From now on, we want to keep threat down. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get 1 threat here and a drone minion. Then we get him attacking, so another drone minion, so he's attacking for 4 plus a boost. We're going to let it come through. 4, 4, 5. Takes this all the way down to 1. Then this guy will attack. I will defend. That defeats him. I get to trigger this. So I get to draw 3 more cards. This guy attacks. It removes this. I would have used it, but couldn't. And then we get an encounter card. The villain's going to attack me. So he's going to attack for 2. And 2, 4. 4, and then I can either put a drone minion in play or spend an energy resource. I will spend an energy resource. So he attacks for 4, takes me down to 2. But I ping 1 off of here onto this guy, defeating him. Okay, that was the assault. Then repair sequence. Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone minion engaged with me. He goes back up to 19. All right. Do I have any physical? Jeez, I don't have any physical resources. Okay, I'm going to need to get some heals. So, Mark 5 helmet will remove the threat there. Powered gauntlets will defeat this guy. I will. Let's see. I might use these. Ooh. Energy and well, we'll save this over here. So energy and martyr. So that's three resources to pay for Quinn Carrier. Now I have all 3 of my energy generators. All 3 of my generators down. Pepper Pots is going to generate 2 resources because energy is the top card of my deck. Or hold on. Ingenuity is going to give me aerial with the rocket boots. Then we're generating 2 resources for a supersonic punch. Deal 4 damage to an enemy, 8 damage instead if I have the aerial trait. So he's going to go down to 11. And he'll get a tough status card because I dealt damage to him, and he has a vibranium armor. Power gauntlets will ping that tough off. Righty. Then I will only get to draw 2 cards there. Or I could get Nova down and just have an extra hero. Or I could get that down. So I could get Nova down, or I could play the Force Field Generator with 1 and then 2 cards from hand. And then maybe Repurpose. No. I think I may actually do this. Arc Reactor will ready me, and then I'll flip down and heal immediately for 3. Takes me back up to 6. And then I will Futurist to look at the top 3 cards in my deck. I get a Wild. Then Stark Tower will get the Force Field Generator to my hand. Quinn Carrier is a mental. War Machine is a mental. And Brother Voodoo is a mental. And we get Moon Girl. We had 3 mentals, so now we get to pay and draw 3 cards. He's good to go. And now we just have a bunch of cards we want to hold in our hand. I will use an Force Field Generator, Energy Barrier, and a Repurpose as 3 resources to pay for a Force Field Generator. And then I'm going to save these 3 in hand. We'll draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And ready. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. I'm going to put a drone minion into play. Right? Yeah. Drone minion into play. Then Ultron schemes for 2, 4. Goes up to 5. This guy schemes for 1. And Android efficiency. We put another drone minion into play. So for my turn, it's back to my turn already. I will Dark Tower to get the energy barrier. Um, I'm going to go ahead and Futurist. So I look at the top 3 cards of my deck, take 1 and discard the others. So now we get an encounter card. Okay. I'm going to heal for 3. Puts me back up to 9. And flip up. I'm going to use these as 2 physical resources. Oh, I can't. Arc Reactor will ready me. I'm going to exhaust my hero and spend these as 2 physical resources to get rid of the vibranium armor. I'm going to repurpose the energy barrier here. I'm going to put that onto thwarting right now. I'll thwart for 4. The helmet will remove that other 1, bringing that down to 1. I'm going to then Ingenuity and Quinn Carrier to pay for another energy barrier. Pepper Pots will generate a resource for a repulsor blast. That's going to do 1 damage here, and then we discard the top 5 cards of my deck. And for each energy resource, printed energy resource, we do 2 more damage. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That does 9 damage to him, taking him down to 2. The powered gauntlets each are going to defeat these guys. And does Moon Girl push him over, or do we wait one more turn? Or Moon Girl pushes him over, and I repulsor blast one of the drones. I think we actually wait. So Moon Girl can be a good defense for us if we need her to be. Otherwise, we're good. So draw back up to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Threat goes up by 1. We'll get a drone minion. Ultron attacks for 2 plus 2 drone minions and a boost. So 2, 3, 4, just 4. That takes this down to 2. This guy attacks. I will defend electrostatic armor. Defeats him. I didn't take any damage, and I defeated somebody, so I get to draw 3 cards. This guy attacks for 1, removing 1. Then we get encounter cards. First one is Under Fire. Surge and reveal the top card of the encounter deck. We get Drone Factory. So we get this and another encounter card because I decked out. And then we get this, I think, goes like that. Another encounter card, which is an Advanced Ultron Drone. Shadows of the Past. Can kind of handle it better now. Those get shuffled in. And Ultron's Imperative. Great. It's actually a great time to go ahead and push him over. So then we get 2 extra drone minions into play. Okay. First off, we need to get rid of this guy. Ingenuity and Rocket Boots will give me Aerial. We will use these 2 on the Advanced Ultron Drone. I forget. So this comes in with 2 threat. 1. 2. This comes in with 4. 3, 4. And this comes in with 4. 1, 2. I think there was 2 out there, so it would come in with 6. And then the other 2 came out afterwards. Okay. So now this is already out. She's going to attack him to take him down to 0 and defeat him. She gets 2 consequential damage. We get this guy coming in. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard power for Ultron's Imperative Side Scheme and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. It's already out. Unless there's another Ultron's Imperative that I'm just not thinking of. Just double check and make sure because I want to play this right. No, there's not. Okay. Shuffle this. All right. And we have to play this right. We have to play this well. Um, 2 repurposes. Ooh. Okay, so I need Energy Barrier, Indomitable, and Strength will be 4 resources to pay for War Machine. War Machine. So these guys are actually, oh man, these are all 2/2s. We're still gonna exhaust War Machine, deal 2 damage to him, and we'll get 1 damage on everyone. Ultron can't take damage though. That's okay. Um, I'm gonna repurpose. No, not yet. I can generate 2 resources with Pepper. So 2 resources and a Quinn Carrier for Brother Voodoo. No recording space for another ally. Brother Voodoo, who will allow me to look at the top 5 cards in my deck. There's the other repurpose. And I get, it's the only event that I can grab. We shuffle. I have all 3 repurposes in my deck. Okay. Then what we're going to do, repurpose, force field generator. That's all going to go on thwart. So I can thwart for 5. I'm going to go ahead and delete the imminent overload. Then, because I have aerial, Mark 5 armor helmet will remove a threat from each scheme. I will arc reactor to ready and thwart 5 more from the drone factory. Brother Voodoo will thwart off of Ultron's imperative. He takes 2 consequential for that. Then I don't have enough resources here, nor enough ally space. Don't have a whole lot that I want to repurpose. And I am at 9 health. I could flip down. Or I will repurpose. And we're going to repurpose our energy barrier. To ready me, we'll put it on attack. So I attack for 3. It's going to attack with Whiplash. And we get rid of him. He's going to be the biggest attacker. Then he can't take damage as long as there are drone minions out. I don't really want to use repulsors. So we're going to hold the cards in my hand. And we'll draw up to 7. Okay. Go. We can kind of see a little bit better. We're ready. And now this time, Ultron doesn't get +1 attack for each drone minion, and he doesn't put any more out unless I allow him to. So this is going to go up by 1 +2 because I don't want another drone minion. Then Ultron's going to attack for 4 plus a boost. I'm going to go ahead and have Moon Girl defend it. So 4, 5, 6. Thank you, Moon Girl, for your service. This guy will attack. I'm going to defend. Electrostatic Armor defeats him. I get to draw 3 cards because I took no damage and defeated an enemy. I took no damage because I defended for 2. This is my armored vest. And the electrostatic armor did the remaining 1. Okay. Then this guy attacks. I'll just take... His Brother Voodoo will take 1, and then I'll take 2. Alright. War Machine will take 2 more damage to deal 1 damage to each of these. Oh, sorry, I didn't reveal my encounter card. Sorry. Let's do Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. I think Stark Tower is the best target for that. All right, War Machine will take 2 more damage to deal 1 damage to each of these guys. These guys are all gone. Thank you, War Machine. I am alone out here again. It's okay, I have 10 cards in hand. I'm gonna use Ingenuity and the Rocket Boots to give me Aerial. Genius is gonna be 2 resources to pay for Supersonic Punch. So deal 4 damage, but if you have Aerial, deal 8. So he goes from 27, which I totally set up earlier, to 19. He's at 19 now. The Powered Gauntlets will do 2 damage each, taking him down to 15. Energy will pay for an energy barrier, which we will immediately repurpose. Ready me back up. We're putting it on attack this time. So I'll attack Ultron for 3, taking him down to 12. Arc Reactor will ready me. I will attack again for 3, taking him down to 9. Twin Carrier will pay for a Repulsor Blast. Repulsor Blast. I deal a damage plus 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I deal 7 damage to him, taking him down to 2. I get an encounter card because I decked out. So I reshuffle my deck. Mark 5 Helmet removes a threat from each scheme in play. North Star will pay for another Repulsor Blast. Deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to Ultron, defeating him. And that is a one turn kill. I mean, maybe it's not necessarily a 1 turn kill, but I think I could have done more damage. So it was roughly 34 damage. I could have paid for nothing else. Yeah, I couldn't have paid for anything else, but 34 damage with Iron Man in 1 turn is not bad at all, and that is repurpose for you. This deck is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed including Change of Fortune. I don't think it would necessarily work on Iron Man in maybe necessarily any other scenario if it wasn't for the fact that the Ultron drones are so weak. Um, so this is definitely more of a niche card to include just against Ultron. Um, Yeah, and we did lose a couple of times, so there's some setup that this requires before you're able to flip up and stay in hero form. But once you're able to start getting all your resource generators down, so Pepper Potts, Ingenuity, and Quinn Carrier, and you have a large hand size, you can really, really just pop off and do some really strong damage. So I think this actually definitely is the best sort of thing to go for Iron Man. We still have one more aspect to play him in, leadership. So hang tight for that one, and we'll see when that one comes up, and how well he does in leadership. I feel like he'll probably do pretty well. I mean, leadership is such a strong aspect, but really, this really makes you feel like you're playing Iron Man, sort of with the nanite type of armor, where he's replacing parts of his armor to do more damage or to just take things out. um, yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. If you've not played Iron Man Repurpose Protection, I definitely recommend it. Um, Probably one of the best ways to play them. So awesome. See you guys in the next one.